after we release you guys, we'll create a Google Doc right away, and you'll basically title it Fresh and Saltwater Systems, colon, and then your group member names separated by commas, okay? 1, 3 people max. Again, I see your hand, give me a second. The danger, again, with working with groups of 3 is that if Mitty says, hey, you take facts, you take ideas, I'll do this, then Mitty's only getting a portion of that information, and she's not learning all of the information, right? Think back to Southern Systems, maybe Kaden with the EMAC, maybe Kaden did digestive system, Rachel did respiratory, and then Mitty did excretory, and then you're missing out on the other 2 that you don't do, right? So make sure you're very, very aware that you get all of the information at every time, or at all times. Present?
Do we have the same group for all cases, or can we change?
No, same group for all 6 cases, for a month. Yeah, good question. Right, so and that's why you guys create one Google Doc. Mr. Ferg and I will create a little folder. We'll have the title of the class, and then once you create your document, your one document, we just put you into that class, and then that way we can go in and check at any given time. So in other words, you have to stay on top of it. There'll be minimal stand and deliver instruction. It's primarily self-discovery, research. You'll be using your textbook in conjunction with other avenues of research, so online, e-magazines, online journals, hard copy, National Geographics if you can find it. Water is a very prevalent, real, global now issue, obviously, so there's a lot of information floating around there that you'll be able to find and utilize. Okay?
After this, are we just going to do final exam review?
Like in June?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're having a final on June 16th, I think it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we it's about 3 weeks to study for the whole final. Okay? That's why we wrap it up in May.
The most math.
June 19th?
Yeah,
17th?
It's
It's the same week, I think.
Yeah, because
It's the Tuesday and the Thursday.
16th and the Thursday's the
And
Tuesday.
then
LA is on the 19th.
Yeah.
So, as far as assessment is concerned, I need a couple more minutes, guys. There's 4 key facets for assessment. Your portfolio is primarily the main avenue of assessment, and it's content-based. How accurate is your information? How much effort have you put forth towards this? We can tell if you've just quickly done it in 5 minutes versus, okay, here's some possible ideas to the solution. Now, out of those ideas, all right, where do I need to put my research? And then after our research, we'll powwow a little bit with another group and go, oh, okay, that's a really cool idea, I never thought of that. I'm gonna make notes in my powwow, right, about what Katie said, and then I might reshape my conclusion based upon the powwow. The idea being is you don't sit there independently and sort of research ideas and come up with ideas solely on your own. You want to be able to actually communicate and talk to other people because maybe they come up with a solution that you wouldn't have thought of. 2 brains or multi-brains are better than 1, right? So you can't actually do your conclusion the same class that the case is assigned because it's a bit more complex than that, more 3-dimensional, if that makes sense, okay? So your content of the portfolio is very important. Daily participation and process rubrics. Process rubrics, I did those 25 marks for my kids on how well you guys worked in the design component of the mechanical systems. Same sort of idea. If you're in class and you're not working, you're not focused, you're talking to your neighbors, you're going for walks, you're working on LA, you're not doing anything, then you will hopefully be prepared to have a 5 out of 25 or a 0 out of 25. If you're focused on science, you're reading, you're researching, you're adding your information to your Google Doc, I will give you a 25. Okay, I will give that to you. I'm not afraid to give that to you. I just refer. Okay, so you're marking yourself. We will take these guys in. Don't lose these yellow sheets. We'll take them in on May 29th, the same day that you write the final. Okay, as per usual. You'll be doing a self-assessment for fresh and saltwater systems, how you feel like you work throughout the unit, and lastly, you are marked on your unit final. Okay. So as far as establishing, okay, you must read 1.0 for this day, or you must read 2.0 for this day. You'll find that James Pond is pretty good in organizing the cases by order of the textbook for the most part, but we might get to case 3 and it might be information from 4.0 in the textbook, or we might go back to 1.0. So be prepared that your textbook is an excellent starter resource and that you can kind of springboard off of that and do some external research when/if they need the rest, okay? So we're not going to sit here and go, you must have 1.0 read by this day, or you must have 2.0 read. You still need to read, you still need to take some notes and be aware of it because it will help you prep for the cases. Okay? Yes,
Question.
Mr. Ferg.
Since I missed it, did James Pond tell them the name of the company we know?
No, you didn't?
So traditionally we've always, when we've been contracted by the government, we now become the Puddle Jumpers Incorporated.
So you guys are puddle jumpers. Come on, it's adorable.
It sounds
jumpers. Puddle jumpers.
You guys are puddle
You
jumpers.
guys are putting forth Mr. Pond this big man, Mr. Pond, runs this Pond International Shipping, I think it's called.
I don't think he likes me. He's always avoiding me.
I know, I think so too. Don't take it personally. He owns Pond International Shipping, and so rather than paying people to say, child labor free, like, so he's like, smart, I'm gonna hit 2 birds with 1 stone. So he's gonna get you guys to do all the work for him. So you are creating these cases as a means of a proposal for James Pond, right? That's the idea.
So he is profiting off of our work.
Absolutely.
He's manipulative.
Child labor is illegal.
Guys, I don't want to say get used to it because that's kind of, derogatory, but
Then that's child labor.
Can we sue the school for this?
try.
Can we
Not
shoot
gonna get very far.
It was a big leap.
James Pond, he owns Pond International Shipping. He's dotted his I's and crossed
He's a
his
secret
T's
agent. I don't know if
before
we
he
can
can
get him on.
You don't have a leg to stand on.
We can sue him first round.
You don't have a leg to stand on.
We have direct evidence that he's wanting us
He's a
to
very
do
serious
child
individual.
labor.
But again, he's done his research. So let's wrap up. Last couple thoughts, and then I will send Mr. Ferg's kids back to Mr. Ferg's room. For the rest of the class, guys, the next hour, nice. You guys are going to read 1.0 in your textbook. We'll give you some class time to do that, get familiar with some concepts, take some notes, that sort of thing. Okay? And then on Wednesday, I will post the case. I'm assuming that I'll probably just be posting the cases on Edmodo because it's the easiest thing. I'll just go case 1 on Wednesday, and then you can kind of get started. Okay? So Wednesday's class is all yours. And then we'll start Friday's class by doing a quick powwow, 5-10 minutes. You take notes, wrap up your conclusion, then we'll start case 2.
Yes, pedal jumper.
Can we make groups between classes?
No.
No, but you could still discuss ideas with the other members of the other class.
Good question. It's just because I've got my group that I have to mark, and Mr. Berg has his group, and it's hard to cross-reference. Any other outside questions?
You don't? Nope.
Okay. Bye, Berg.
All right. Let's go.